Ladies and gentlemen, did you think I was going to end last episode quitting, then doing a bit where Scross would review Godzilla Earth, and then I'd interrupt like, oh, this is my show. What are you doing here? Well, this isn't movie reviews from 2010s. This isn't Reviewtopia. This isn't that guy with the glasses. This is Godzilla Bite-Size Reviews. And this, most importantly of all, is 1962's King Kong vs. Godzilla. This is my first request fulfillment in this series, and I deeply apologize if I fuck up your username. Kaya Pranata 1400 demanded more Kong. And this might not be the exact monkey he's looking for, or she, or they, or frog, but this is the closest Kong movie I could bump up from the random number generator, which is what this series is founded on. Randomly reviewing Godzilla movies I've watched. So here you go. If this is not the monkey you're looking for, next time I do a Kong movie, I will put your username and I will shout you out, sir. Ma'am. Whatever. With all that out of the way, let's talk about the best-selling Godzilla movie of all time. And I'm going to level with you guys. I watched this movie straightforward, and I did not care for it. And then I gave it another shot for this review at 1.25 speed, and it makes a world of a difference. You can chew the scenery in another movie, and when it doesn't take 3 to 5 business days to get to the punchline, I find the humor in the movie works so much better. Except for the foot corns joke that they make 3 times in a goddamn row. I watched the American version, by the way. Speaking of jokes, an unintentionally hilarious moment is when the military is fresh out of ideas on how to stop Godzilla, 3 fucking movies in, decides, we're just gonna dig a deep hole, have Godzilla fall in, and then we're gonna gas the motherfucker. Because I guess they just read about World War I and they thought, that's pretty cool. Regardless, when it doesn't work, the Japanese TV announcer, who has been our co-narrator of sorts, whips his head around, staring into the camera with the look of like, oh, that didn't work. And that got a really good laugh out of me. The monster fights are solid. Even if King Kong looks like, well, that. I can also understand why the original creators of King Kong had their jimmies rustled by this movie, though. Some of the scenes with Kong, from getting roofied by some goofy berry juice, to the suit, to the balloons, certainly raises some eyebrows. Some interesting creative choices are made for sure. A lot of ideas in this movie are solid on paper, not very well executed. I didn't find myself getting too attached to the characters, no matter how many dad jokes the American version threw at me. And they gifted me on a golden platter not 1, but 2 American actors to serve as co-narrators along with the Japanese announcer. And I could not be fucked to tell you their names. Bob Smith and Jimbo Brown. Then, when we get to Skull Island, or whatever the fuck they call it in the movie, and while at first I thought the internet was being super sensitive as usual about the Islanders, but I won't lie, it's borderline. And maybe because I watched way too many cartoons from the 1900s, and I also, watched a whole lot of Newgrounds when I was first starting out. But, yeah. So speaking more on the fights, I will say I enjoyed a lot of them, and they were very much a lot of fun. From Kong seeing the atomic ray and then just immediately being like, nah, this ain't for me, just walking off, to him tactically rolling right into a boulder and Godzilla just laughing at him. The tree going down his throat, all that good stuff. The fights are phenomenal, and that is what you're mostly going to be here for. Overall, my final thoughts, I will say it's a lot of fun. It's a fantastic monster crossover that will keep you thoroughly entertained as long as you keep it at a speed of 1.25 and probably seek out the English sub version of this movie. King Kong versus Godzilla gets a 9 out of 10 for me. And yeah, this is a double bite review. So let's talk about it. Godzilla Earth. My brother and I watched the first anime movie, and I was terrified to learn that there were 2 more of these fucking movies. We were watching the first one, and it bored us to tears. I remember we finally got Godzilla, and I was like, hey, move the joystick so we can see like how far in we are. And when it was like an hour in, we finally got Godzilla. I immediately turned to my brother. He turned to me. We were like, oh fuck. Oh god. So I'm gonna let y'all know now, like, when the rest of the reviewers are saying, hey, the other 2 movies are exactly the same as the first one, they do not improve in quality, I'm just gonna wrap it all up in one big box. Godzilla Earth, the anime trilogy, is a 0 out of 10 for me. If you're looking for a really good sleep aid, they got you. I would highly recommend it. You know, as a sleep aid, it's a 10 out of 10. As a movie that you're supposed to watch for entertainment, yeah, it's dog shit. I would actually rather watch any of the MonsterVerse movies over Godzilla Earth. I am TsarOctavian, and I'll see y'all next time on Godzilla Bite-Size Reviews. Remember to rate this video 5 stars, comment, and subscribe. A lot of ideas in this movie are very solid on paper. What the fuck am I saying here? I don't know. I just made a fucking sentence and then just moved on.